All right. It says that we are live. It being the internet saying we. Uh, my browser has blocked my screen. Click the screen in your address window to reload. Yeah, we're having technical difficulties. Last minute, Jay, doing things last minute. Having some difficulties. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We're gonna slide that over a smidge. Present to invite. Share screen. Share screen. Allow to share screen. Allow to share window. And we'll share that window. Share. Okay, then I can make the window bigger if I want, and that should work out. It should work out fine. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I figured out the internet because I figured it out. Welcome, everyone, boys and girls, children of all ages that are old enough to be job networking on the job networking site LinkedIn. Welcome to On the Next Episode with Jay Bossert. I, of course, if you didn't just listen to that intro, I'm Jay Bossert. I'm the misalignment specialist. I'm doing the intro to the show. Welcome to the show. Definitely the podium fan that I have holding the camera is holding it a little bit more vicariously. I might adjust things at some point. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you. Bradley's first, by the way. First you dance. Bradley over there. Shelly complimented my haircut. But we have some questions. So before we get to the questions, we should once again reiterate to the people that watch the stream not live. I know people do that. I do that once in a while. I watch a live stream not live. A dead stream is one way to call it. No one should call it that. So the rules of the game is that any questions that get asked during the stream, either in the chat or by accidentally myself asking a question, cannot be answered on this episode. It would have to be answered on the next episode with Jay Bossard, or sometimes a guest. Eventually, we'll have a guest, I'm sure. But in the meantime and in between time, what we do is I accidentally ask questions. Then I upload the video here, make Bradley, and say, here's a video uploaded. And well, no, first I say, yes, I'm definitely going to upload the video right away. Don't worry, my guy. I got you. And then a day or two passes, and then he's like, Jay, did you upload the video yet? And I'm like, I remembered when I was eating pancakes, or I remembered when I was across the room. But like when I'm next to the computer, I would remember ish, but I'd be doing something else. I'm like, I can't upload the video. I'm singing and dancing here. I'm doing a little Missy Nina Elliott dance, a little work it dance. I can't be uploading videos right now. It's not the time for that. So yeah, so there's a delay, obviously, and maybe that's why I'm down to one episode a week. For a while, we're up to two. Should really get the fire under my you-know-what and do more podcasting, or less, get a job that pays a little bit better. But without further ado, I think we do have 23 questions, allegedly, and perhaps a fancy timer on it. So without further ado, if I click the buttons to add to the stage here, and I'm not going to be able to see the chat for a little bit, guys. I'm going to have to go back and forth. Yeah, that I learned last time. See, we made it really small, and then look at that. You guys want to see my questions? Would be the question I would ask, which I did, and no one wants to see that. We want to look at this. That's what we want. It really doesn't do that much. Like, really? Okay, yeah, it didn't do anything to the actual text here. Just slid it over for you guys. I do kind of want to see myself peeking around the corner, though, if I'm really not gaining much from it. Yeah, we're okay. So we really just right here, and we'll just slide it over, I guess. I mean, if it's does that centralize it? No, it just moves it a little bit. I think I broke the internet, man. All right, cool. So the internet's only slightly broken. We'll go back to the second, and we're not going to draw yet. And I want to see if I can go over to the other screen. And if I go into Linky Dinky mode, as they call it, everyone calls it that, by the way. I'm not circumnavigate the internet by clicking on my face, making my face. And I'm going to turn down the volume. Oh, it's probably quiet. I was going to be quiet now in real time to make the delayed tape more quiet. Like that was gonna. Oh no, another J. If I'm quiet, he's gonna be quiet. That never happens. More of me has never made this me quiet. They put in medicine for medicine. Sometimes make it quiet. Usually not. All right. So yeah, I do see the delay. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining in. All 11 people. That the number says a little bit give or take 11 on that one. It's not 11. But we have people in the chat. Talks amongst yourselves. Once again, I just so wanted to go in there. Everyone's saying hi to each other. I'm just going to say hi, y'all, real quick. Hi, y'all, real quick. And we'll say that. So that was said. And now go back into real-time mode so I could look at small me, little mini me. Yeah, mini me. And we'll go back into questions. Is that making that screen on top of that? Wow, that's weird. I see the mouse, and now we're over here now, and now we're back in question mode. So could we not see that? Yeah, okay. It bleeds through. Cool beans. Everything's cool. Nobody panic. Everybody picnic. A lot tastier. So once again, there was some questions asked last stream on the last episode of On the Next Episode, as one might say, with Jay Bossert. And we'll just draw a question. We got 23. There might be a timer. If Bradley made sound effects, I don't know if you could hear it or I can hear it. But now we're going to be delayed more. But that's fine. Everything's fine. It's going to make me connected. Bluetooth. Like 7 different Bluetooths open. It's not cool. This one's called F9. So we'll just turn me down. I can't hear me. But maybe there's some sound effects or I might give up on it. And now, without further ado, we're going to draw question 1. What are you doing to shift away from frantic doing and get into the grounded being? Okay, so I don't know if you all could see that, or if to zoom in, which is good. That might actually be the way to go, is to zoom in, huh? Right, chat? We have most of the question over here, as you see, and the draw question button, which I'm going to need to see, and I could still kind of see me. Might be the way to go. Not being frantic right now, really. Slightly off, slightly bar. Can I make that one thing smaller? Maybe. Still has a scroll bar. Whatever. We might mess around with the settings. I'm really tempted, by the way. There is a toggle theme here button, which I have played with sometimes without you guys watching. And it makes it light mode, and it makes it dark mode. And there's a part of me that wants to keep clicking toggle so fast. Just click, and go white, dark, white, dark, white, dark. But there might be some people that are seizure sensitive in the chat, or people that are scrolling through the LinkedIn. It might show up in their feed, and all willy nilly we got the flashing lights. That's not a good way to be the grounded being at all. And there is a timer. I told my man Bradley B, producer of the show, to give myself, it seemed like a decent amount of time at the time, to have a 2-minute timer all the way up to 6 minutes in half increments. So the random times are going to be 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 2.5. 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6 minutes. I think it smacked us with a 6-minute timer right off the bat. So it's good. I didn't know it was going to do that, and that I should probably explain the timer before hitting the button. So I'm glad we got extra time on this one. See what we can really do with 6 minutes of damage here? Could really go and fill a whole topic. And that's what we're doing to shift away from the frantic doing and be more grounded. It's part of just living in the moment and not worrying about it. I say, in life, if we make plans, the man makes plans, God will laugh. Those are stupid plans. They're going to be wrong. I planned many things over the past, definitely a few months, but even my past day or two, man, just everything's fine. Everything worked out, but nothing went as planned. It went deviated from plan. This is the Sophia State question from Carl Jung's work. And I did not get into Sophia State yesterday. I tried to meditate. You're supposed to to stay grounded, you're supposed to have your socks off. I've heard that on the internet. That's actually a thing with the chakras. So if you walk around, it's supposed to be outside. I don't really have much grass in here. Well, yeah, that's a good joke. We don't technically, maybe. But I'm going to try not to show my feet on stream. That would be appropriate. Like, nice haircut, cool. Nice feet, ew. So don't do that. Definitely stay grounded. Less socks to be grounded. That's a thing that I'm doing. Really, that's something I'm doing in real life. But it is a Sophia State question. Mr. Young said that it's to get to the femininity of the state It's really to awaken an empath. You're going to go past the empath state, take a left at Albuquerque, and keep going straight until you take your socks off and try to get into Sofia. Next question. Is there more to this question? Oh, we got 6-minute timer again. I hope the randomizer for 6 minutes is working. Is there a button that I have to do to that? Oh, I could pause it. Well, is there more to this question? We could pause that question, and there could be a lot more. Maybe there's less to the question. I'm gonna go and see everyone's gassing up Bradley as they should in the chat, because that thing that he made is a beast. And is there more to the question? Nah, fam. But like, we have 5.5 minutes. So is there more to the question? Maybe we'll try to extend that answer. Nah. Fam. Nah, fam. No, there's not more to that question, actually. So we're going to move on. Jay, what's going on with your Page of Swords, Three of Cups love life? That's a very good question. So, yeah, doing some tarot card readings or watching tarot card readings, which is very strange. If you watch, I think all the timers are 6 minutes so far. Either 666, who got the Mark of the Beast going on in the timers, or the randomizer for the timers, not random. It's another configuration button that I was supposed to hit, which is fine. I don't need the sense of impending doom. I could just get frantic and see different. I could pretend there's different numbers on there. That's fine. But yeah, Page of Swords. That's when everyone's gossiping about you and saying certain things, and the things are not what they see. And you're out in life, and you're like, oh my god, that there's a lot of kerfluffle going on. A lot of moving parts. Things are definitely not what they seem in genuine thoughts and genuine people. But definitely like that exuberant energy going around. So the Page of Swords, but then the Three of Cups with the clear communication comes out, and finally just having like a certain pathway of communication, the open honesty, and they're both upright. Nobody's upside down over here. So just having the page first and into the Three of Cups is definitely the way you want to go. A lot of times there's a Four of Cups scenario that might be similar to this when they're trying to really hand you the fourth cup and you're being ignorant to that. So that's good that that's not happening, because I would hate to me having a love life that turns into a Four of Cups scenario, because that's sometimes about like whatever you have right there in your life was there the whole time, and someone was trying to show it to you, the fourth cup, and you're not seeing it. So I'm glad that I'm seeing all three of my cups now, because I was very worried that the Page of Swords got me thinking all different directions, all frazzled and whoa. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm really going. I'm in the right direction. I'm not going backwards anymore. Not sliding the slope into sadness in the love life. And still single like Kraft cheese, though. Next question. Can I see some of this? I mean, I'm showing probably too much skin for LinkedIn. I'm not wearing socks or shoes. You can't see that. But I'm showcasing the guns, baby. Yeah, that's right. We're going sleeveless again. Yeah. Bradley is the hardcore helper extraordinaire. That's a fun sentence. I want that on business cards, man. Like, I know His Majesty Queen Unicorn Sparkle the Glitter Third Esquire is the appropriate title, and I would never want to take that away from anybody or anything. But just hardcore helper extraordinaire. Just saying. Just that's you got to go into the marketing thing. Oh, that's random. That was a 5 minute. Okay, so the timer is timing, and it is from my producer Bradley. Little double dots, copy and paste this, double dots. So I'm not gonna lie, the configuration button, which you guys can see, we were configuring things earlier, and I guess it was easier for me into my own browser over here to configure my own questions. But Bradley Bates is the one who painstakingly, I feel like one-handed too, he types all of the words. Most of them are mine. Most of the questions are unfortunately mine. But if you guys have questions in the chat, feel free to answer them this episode, and we'll get to them on the next episode. So, yeah. Bradley copies and pastes. He doesn't copy and paste. He hand types. I think his fingers, he said you were bleeding the other day because I talk too much. He types too much. Like, Jay, you gotta, too many questions. He's down to stubs. He was typing with stubs. I saw when ChatGPT made the picture for me in the future that I saw that's in the past. time's all willy-nilly. But yeah, copy and paste this. I wanted to leave that in, but then like I didn't want my boy to think that I'd done goofed and left it in as a mistake. I wanted y'all to be in on the joke. It's better to be laughing with people than at people. So once again, I'm not laughing at Bradley. I'm laughing with him. This is great. My voice cracked. Didn't mean to crack it, but karaoke's a dangerous thing. And we're staying pretty good with the time-wise, away from the timer. We got 3.5 minutes left. I'm not panicked. We'll draw another question. It's in capital letters. You answered your own mid-question. You got to pass. Oh. Sure. I guess I do. I'm going to see if I could screenshot this pass here. Yeah. I mean, it's like a get out of jail free card in Monopoly. I'm pretty sure I can highlight it now. And then later, if there's ever an uncomfortable question that I don't want to answer on stream, but I'm morally, obligated to answer it because it's the words are on the screen, I don't want to answer it. I should have a separate button to share on StreamYard another window of the stream, or to share an image file, and I'll share the pass. I'll share it like a get out of a jail free card, and then who won't be in jail? This guy. I'll print it out and send it to my lawyer. Dear lawyer, it is I, Jay, the innocent man. How's it going? Here is my pass. Signed, innocent man. Oh no, Bradley's answering questions in the chat. Yeah, well, there is questions about the questions, Lynn. I will acknowledge your questions. But I don't know if legally, morally, spiritually, socially, I'm allowed to answer any current questions. But I'm glad to see Lynn, I haven't seen you on the next episode in a month or two. I thought about inviting you, and I'm glad that you showed, because you were present on one of the first few when I was still doing it playing cards before Bradley really helped me out, man, and made this beast of a beast. I don't even want to call it like a tech. It's a beast. It's a beastly beast. This with a time work. Guys, gals, are you not blown away? Well, I'm making things bad. Don't click on this part. You look like the fool. Fool's my favorite card in the tarot deck. We already got to the tarot question, but Fool's my card, by the way. Designed after me. That's me. And yeah, once again, staying pretty good on the timer. I gave us 2.5 to 6 minutes per question, and we have 17 questions remaining. That is the nearest water in this room, huh? I don't want to reach it with my feet, even though my toes are able to do it. I'm not wearing socks. Yeah, left hydration definitely next to my mouth holes. That was what I did. I feel like we do have 3 minutes left on this question. I don't know how much is going to be next on the next question. So real quick, while we're all staring at the pass that I have, once again, I can use as a hall pass. I get out of jail free pass, card Monopoly, print it out, put it in the business card, put it as a wallet card, print it out, put it on the poster. Just anytime anyone's asking me a question, I need to have a pass. So some might even say I'm on the spectrum, and I have the bad habit, though, like the OCD part of my brain. I don't have OCD, but there's a part that's like compulsions and has like a weird like moral obligation. Like, someone asked the question. You should try your best to answer it now, even though it might tick you over. And I'm like, good idea. And put my foot in my mouth. And once again, I, for real, not a shoot, as they say in the wrestling world. I'm not wearing socks right now. Well, I guess it would be worse if I was wearing socks. Like the fabric in my mouth, or a shoe. That would be the worst. Because like, I guess my feet are probably the cleanest out of all situations that I could put into my mouth. I forgot what I was going to say in chat. There was something I was going to say in chat. I'll just put in chat. There was a reason. Yeah. And maybe a heart emoji. Kids like heart emojis. Do we have a cuter one? Oh, no, I asked a question. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can search for it. Search for a heart, and that's a parody. I don't want to sing. That's my heart is broken, though. It's a bandage heart. But sometimes the bandage looks pretty. Like, they're both bandages. One's just a ribbon is just a bandage that's dolled up, everyone. Look at the two hearts. Oh, you can't, because it's on this screen, not the shared screen. I'm not sharing that other screen. Gotta get back to the question. Oh, no. A minute and a half left. We almost got to the allegedly there's a buzzer, and that's why I got this earpiece in. There is allegedly sound, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. And at this rate, I don't know if I'm going to hear it either if I keep answering all your questions / all my old questions with such efficiency. With such efficiency, I answer all your questions. Next question. Oh, the scroll bar. Oh, wow. A scroll bar. Okay. The Mirror of Ezred in Harry Potter states, I show not your face, but your heart's desire. Backwards. Rank that in cultural significance alongside Missy Elliott's Work It and Queen's Another One Rides the Bus. That's a solid question. So the Mirror of Desire, obviously backwards, over here, or Mirror Ezred is backwards. It's Desire backwards. And if you desire the mirror, you can't have the mirror. You have to not desire it. It works a lot like love. If you try to find someone to fill the hole in your heart, you got a hole in your heart, then everyone's ever gonna. You have to give up. You're like, I don't want to be in love anymore. I don't care. And then whoa, who's that over there? It just happens instantaneously. So that's a cultural significance. That should be very important. Over here, I'll go with Queen. Another One Rides the Bus. That's backmasking. Before AI and computers, the dude Freddie Mercury memorized the sound. They played. I guess he made a song, and he sang in the song. I don't know. It's LinkedIn. He sings. It's fun to smoke marijuana, and then they play that backwards, and whatever that is backwards is in the song. Another One Rides the Bus. So if you play Another One Rides the Bus backwards, Freddie Mercury sings forwards. It's fun to smoke marijuana, which is that is fun, but it's medicine. For Freddie, you're in Mercury. How about that? You're in retrograde too. All right, so lock it up. I know. R.I.P. dude. R.I.P. But still, it's medicine. So don't say it's fun. You're gonna teach them the wrong things. That's number 3 in the cultural significance. I will put Harry Potter at number 2, and Missy, there's really no way that we could outdo you. Because you also learn to say things. Oh, I know that we're counting down backwards here. And she got to learn to say, to work it, flip it and reverse it. She sang flip it and rapped flip it and reverse it, flipped and reversed. And the other part that she reversed. And that song really makes you work it. I'm losing the weight. I could work off the pounds thanks to Missy. I'm seeing if I could hear anything. Do you guys do? There might be sounds. I'm gonna hit draw question with 3 seconds left on timer. 2, 1, that was close. Back to 5 minutes. Do you know this person? Well, no, I do not know Missy, the Misdemeanor Elliott, personally. We have a parasocial relationship. That girl can rap. And consistently, one of the best of all time. And can sing a little bit, too. There's a sing-song. There's a word for sing-song. What's the word for it? I know I don't... We'll just say what's the word for it, and I'm not going to know. It's it's a German word. It's a speaking strong. It's something like that. I'm only half German, and I speak. I was gonna say I speak Zilch, but I don't speak much, man. Das Boot. Yeah, Menschenskinder. Guten Morgen. I say everything with an English. Do I know this person? Nah, bro. Nah. I'm too German for that. It's good. Wonder if I can fit a Nintendo in my mouth. Okay. I suppose we could try to beat the record from last Nintendo we put in the mouth. We have 5 minutes, and I did ask the question before doing it. Last week, Jay, why do you put this week? It's not a good bit. It goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that one of these days I should really read the questions before the stream starts. Maybe take some out. I put some in. I sprinkle in a couple questions here and there, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 sometimes. I even when we're doing cards, I would shuffle in a card extra with an extra question, and I'd add things. I don't want to take away from you guys. I really don't want to put my Nintendo in the mouth again. Look, we could do it with the phone. My phone case has a Nintendo looking thing on it, and that's easier to fit in the mouth. Was that a question? We don't know. I threw my phone. I'm gonna need my phone. I mean, I didn't throw it hard. It's not gonna break, which would be bad. If I threw my phone and it broke for the bit, that would be bad. You need phone insurance. That should be a question on phone insurance's paperwork. Are you a podcaster? It's an important question. They have a tendency to throw the phones. But the real question that we were supposed to ask, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I wonder if I can fit a Nintendo into my mouth. What you think? I can do it? Has anyone seen the last episode? And it lumps right here. It got a little lumpy part. Oh no. Oh no, we went to the history. I threw the Nintendo. I did things and stuff. That's what happens when you try. I wonder if I could fit. I can't fit the whole Nintendo in my mouth. I mean, if I get rid of some of this pesky jawbone, I bet you know. They say if people can remove ribs to create women, or I guess the rumor that Marilyn Manson in the 90s, I could remove my pesky jawbone to fit my Nintendo in, and then it'd be easier to carry. Because these things detach. Look at that. It's supposed to be when you hit the button, but sometimes they just come off sometimes all willy nilly. You could lose them. They could break. So if I just had my whole Nintendo in my mouth, wouldn't have that issue anymore, fam. It would be fine. So I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if I maybe get like a smaller version, like into the Switch 2. I can't afford that one yet. Maybe like the Switch 5 when they could fit it in the mouth. We'll make them smaller, I'm sure. I mean, the screen, you really want big screens, but in the future, we're just able to like vision, like, I don't know, like into the thing. It would be a way to like sync brain, not a Bluetooth, but like a Blue Mind or something. They'll call it something stupid. Like the technology is going to be amazing. Name's going to be like special. I don't know. Horrible. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Switch powers to be in my brain to switch that on and off, be able to toggle on the internet, the video games, and wonder if I can fit the whole world into my mouth. Oh, that's what I wonder. How many safaris do I have open up? 1, 2. Right now, only 2. Sometimes I get out. I try to close them. Oh, does that make it go away? Hopefully that danced for you guys too. Let me know in the chat if you like the dancing, or can I try to make it dance again? How does that work? Well, I can't see it then. What if I squeezed a Game Boy in my mouth? Would be the question I saw that I can't answer now. I could read it. That's a loophole. I'm finding the loopholes very slowly for my own rules for my own game is interesting. You would think that if I made the rules up to the game and I'm in charge of enforcing the rules, should be able to break them all willy-nilly. And no, that's not how it works. This is once again showing dedication, diligence. Like the job sometimes gets hard. It's very hard to have these ridiculous rules and pay attention to them. I want to answer all the questions live, like everyone else does. But no, I feel like there needs to be a system. I agree. There definitely needs to be a system, Lynn, where I could have some kind of fancy system. I can mention things sometimes. Mention them. No, I don't have enough safaris opened up. I think the last chat I said I had enough safaris to make kill an elephant or make an elephant sad, I think was the thing. Yeah, I don't know if there's supposed to be volume for me to feel threatened. Uh-oh, toggled away again. How many seconds left? I'm scared. So I should hear like should be like some kind of countdown thing. Once again, this is we're doing this for free. So like, how many bells and whistles do I want? But I want to be scared with the music. Like the yellow is kind of frightening. I do feel anxiety. Draw a question. Oh, I died. There is sound. I heard it. I don't know if you guys heard it, but apparently you can die in this game if you don't make it in time. I don't know if it's the sound play out of my speaker to play out of my headphone. I don't know if you guys are input volume. Input. That should not be input. That should be output. Then you're going to hear 2 of me. Output volume. That's... Well, if I'm messing around with this, that should be bad. All right, well, cool. You allegedly. What? What do you mean it's more Nintendo? All right. What makes you so special that you cannot fit a Nintendo Switch in your mouth on a live stream? Solid question. I had water. Everything gets lost. Everything. Oh, there's water. Okay. Not much left. There's definitely more in the room, but I don't want to be running around on a hydration quest when we have all these important questions about electronics that are going to fit into my mouth. Seems very important that we get to the bottom of this. Yeah. So that's a very good thing that I'd like to say into the camera and try to make eye contact with the red dot. So hopefully you could feel me staring into your souls at home. Is that a lot of times in life we get a case of the why me's, you know? Why me? All these bad things happen, and like we take it personally. Eventually, in a long enough timeline, a lot of good things are going to happen, a lot of bad things. But I think that we get into the, you know, the feelings that like, no, the good things I don't feel like they're happening enough as I want them to happen. It's only the bad things that are happening. They're always happening to me. Is how we feel about it. You know, we get that feeling that it's a pity party. Like, why me? Why me? Why me? Like, why not you? What makes you so special that you can't fit a Nintendo Switch in your mouth on a live stream? You know, like what about that? Why do you think that the rules of electronics and oral cavities does not apply to your persona as an individual flesh body walking around on this planet Earth? And I know that I just asked that as a question. That's a scroly-poly for another day we might have to get to. Good. There is. I'm seeing actual questions in the chat. David's asking questions. Lynn's asking questions. Oh, geez. There's things I want to address them. We'll get to them. We're gonna have to definitely mine next episode. Lynn's asking questions again. This is so good. No sound. That was a question from Bradley that I didn't answer. I heard a sound. I think I heard it play from my computer, so I don't know to share the sound. I'm sharing screen, but to share sound, that might not be something we can do, or something we can. Or I could just play it louder. Yeah, like I could just, instead of turning me down somehow, I could turn me up. There's definitely a way where I could turn up a speaker or play like that sound in the room live. I could definitely make that work. Yeah, I'm not so special. I can fit a Nintendo Switch into my mouth on live stream, so it's not special enough. Not special. Draw question. Better karaoke song, All About the Benjamins or 99 Problems? This is a common question. I'm sure that everyone gets asked all the time. It's actually one of the skills that I'm actually qualified to do. I know that we do this bit or joke that I'm a misalignment specialist and I'm an expert on all things misalignment. And that's somewhat true. We do the whole, like, with enough pattern recognition and in different industries, we could see what happens when you know, someone would have to go and see things long enough. We're like, I've been in enough places. I know not what your bingle blangles or your dingle dangles are. That's not my industry. But I know what happens when you project that you can make enough blingle blangles and dingle dangles, and you cut the people that are making the dingle dangles and the blingle bangles, and you don't have payroll to pay them, and it's your expectations are over here of what you want delivered, but your amount of supplies or your, you know, it's, people are resources, and you're cutting the resources and trying to get more things. So misalignment specialist, that's what I am. But I'm a karaoke jockey in real life too. So I like to say I'm an apprentice jockey or an intern. I get paid sometimes. Sometimes I'll do it for free. You know, it depends on the night. So it is actually something I do have unfortunate skill sets. So I do prefer Lynn's questions. That's, notate that, like, maybe like put like little hearts next to some of Lynn's questions, Bradley, if that's appropriate or not, we don't know. But when Lynn asks a question and it's one of Lynn's questions, I should be very excited because I do prefer them. So I'll interrupt this question to talk about that question. Can't answer them now. So we're going to have to wait a whole week to answer all of Lynn's questions that she's answering now. Guys that are watching this episode late, by the way, that you don't not have it watching it live. But as long as you ask questions in the chat before I get to the next live and I see them, or Bradley sees them, one of us will have to see them and go, wow, that's a question. Add it to the queue and a little configuration here. There's, up here now. But before, we made the mouse big. I don't know if you saw the mouse big. I saw a mouse big. I saw a big mouse. I got 3 minutes left. So, yeah, I got 3 minutes. I lost my keyboard. Probably threw that, too. 3-minute warning. Is a wrestling tag team, but we got no wrestling questions today, I don't think. So I'm not going to phrase a question. I'm just going to state something wrestling related because we'll just have a theme. So on top of being an unprofessional wrestler, as I say on a few different of my socials, because I wrestled in middle school, I know how to wrestle. I'm athletic-ish. I'm kind of clumsy, but in theory, I know how to wrestle. Know how to be a pro wrestler, but I don't do it professionally. So unprofessional pro wrestler. Professional-ish karaoke jockey / intern in the karaoke world. All About the Benjamins is really great. It's talking about the money hustle. So we're really talking about that. And, it's great because P. Diddy, not so great in later life. But at that time, All About the Benjamins, baby. I can't do it now. Only if I'm listening to the earbud. It's just distracting me. It's not helping me at all. It's actually throwing off my equilibrium and balance. And I got my family over. There's guests in the house. I'm just podcasting in the basement like a weirdo. 99 Problems, Jay-Z, Rick Rubin there. They're teaching people about rights. It's 99 Problems. They're actually talking about, locking your glove box when you're traveling. And even in New York State, as a cannabis patient, if the package is open, you're not supposed to take it out all willy-nilly. Even if you buy a large amount and you need it for a long period of time, you can't you need to leave it home. You got to go out. It's supposed to every 2 hours. And it's not supposed to be in the vehicle because then you're in the vehicle. In theory, you could be mischievous. You can pull over and I'm going to be mischievous and inject all the cannabis. Is that the meme? Don't do that. So yeah, in theory, if the glove box is locked, one cannot do that. And someone would, in theory, if you got in trouble with the law, would need a warrant to get into said glove box. And if they didn't have dogs with them, they would have to detain you to get the said warrant. But to be able to detain you, they need a reason, and they have a reason that's probably in the glove box. So if they didn't know about it, it's like this catch-22 that Jay-Z was rapping about. So that's probably more important for people to know. But drug trafficking is bad. I think he was talking about something else. So that's probably bad. They're both bad songs. Hip-hop has bad messages. But P. Diddy has a different... How many years did he get? 2 to 5? He has 2 to 5 years problems. 2 to 5 problems, not 99 problems. Draw question. I don't want the buzzer to buzz again. That was bad. Never buzz. Cool. 3.5. If a tree falls in the woods near NWO Sing, does Ric Flair hear it? Woo! Nature boy. I was just actually thinking today, I forgot there was a Ric Flair question. Of course, it's a wrestling question. Why would there not be a wrestling question? I know I just asked the wrestling question. I know what happened. Yeah, I did it. So I was just thinking today, y'all know how preparation H is for things, for the butt. I heard, you get a little itchy. You got the hemorrhoids that help with the itchiness. The cream helps with the inflammation. I heard that Ric Flair was a player. He's styling and profiling. You know what I'm saying? It was they did the mask. So people are doing masks now, and he allegedly had carnal relations with a large amount of female population there. And they were trying to break it down, but per day. I don't think it was one per day when he was doing. Whatever. So you heard of preparation H, right? For the butt cream. I must think that this dude, if the math is math, then there's no way he stayed 100% clean the whole time. That is, I'm all about probability and statistics on the next episode. I deal with probabilities on a daily basis as a misalignment specialist. There is no way he didn't catch something at some point. I think he should lean into it. He's old. He don't care. He's creepy and weird. I'll say it. Ric Flair is one of my childhood heroes. Creepy and weird. Not a nice man. Does weird things. Probably not a hero. Shouldn't look up to him. He was a villain. Swirled around his ding-a-ling and then a helicopter made, not a helicopter, a plane ride, made someone feel bad. He did the helicopter on a plane, not did the plane on the helicopter. That would be would be more impressive. He was able to do a plane on. Yeah. Okay. So instead of preparation H, can you see where the joke is coming? With the rhyme in here? If we had preparation H, woo, and it was just a cream to help with certain other kind of itchinesses. Near NWO Sting in the woods, I'd hear that. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. I want to answer. I almost answered Lynn's question out of habit because she's a nice person who's answering a nice question, and I just want to talk with my friends, but I gotta host the podcasts. Gotta wake up and make the coffee. Oh no, big words again. Producer notes: the canary and frog puzzle was something I made up on the fly. False. No, that's something that Bradley is trying to Mandela effect. I threw my phone. I would show you. He was showing me Bernstein Bear memes today. We were talking about a secret, excursion of sorts. And he was sending me memes. My dude, my producer was sending me memes, and I love him. They were nice, and those were made up. That's not reality because it's Berenstein, not Bernstein Bears. I don't care. Nelson Mandela unfortunately died, but we brought him back to life. I feel like it was one of those things, like bringing him back to life probably saved us. Like World War III was gonna happen somehow, and just like him not dying in prison saved the day. But then like the spellings of words got weird. I think Jaws' girlfriend and James Bond stopped having braces or something. Britney Spears lost her headset. I'm a big Britney fan. On my LinkedIn banner still has Britney Spears in it. My father says I got to change at least my thumb. He didn't see the banner too much. He told me to change the thumbnail. Son, how you gonna get the jobs when your thumbnail? For a while, I had a cannabis lapel on it. I was in the cannabis industry, and I wanted to stay in the cannabis industry, and I'm knowledgeable about things in the cannabis industry. And I thought, I know, lean into that. Have a cannabis lapel because I'm in the industry. And stop asking questions out loud. Do you want me to think them louder and not ask them? If I whisper them, am I asking the questions? I wonder if other people, and that's not a question, I'm wondering out loud without question marks, or interrobangs, not using interrobangs either. Very similar to a question mark. It's louder though. And I'm loud. I'm probably just always speaking. That's a loophole. So if we say that when people ask questions, they use question marks to signify it's a question. And holla at your boy, Jay Bizzle over here, is only using interrobangs because I speak very loudly. Do they count as questions? Oh, Dylan's leaving. Peace out, my dude. Catch you on the next episode with Jay Bossert. People are still in the chat. We got 9 questions left. OMG, 15 minutes. I realized that clock that I'm looking at over here is 2 minutes off. And that's what I'm timing my life on. So if I'm 2 minutes late to every chat, ever, both ways, like coming and going, you know why? I feel like I'm going to burp or have to burp. Excuse me, wow. Draw a question. How do you get that mask on? Oh, no. We have to do it again later. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to answer the next question anonymously. I didn't know I was going to do this bit, but give me a second. Whatever the next question is on the next episode with Jay Bossert, the August 1st episode today, question 8, I guess, remaining left. I can't answer it now because I have to get the mask on. I have to leave. Someone else that's not me will have to answer the next question. It's not me. And hopefully I can get to it without unplugging the camera. These wires are very vicariously placed in this room. Some kind of cuckoo bird set up this setup. All right. Well, I was going to say I'll be right back, but I will not be back. Someone else is going to take over the podcast now to answer this question. That's good. Okay. Just making sure that you saw me. 28 seconds left. Oh no. We are anonymous. Was that the elbow drop from Macho? We at Anonymous are not responsible for any Macho Man, Randy Savage elbow drops that may or may not have been dropped on Hulk Hogan, the worst member of the New World Order. But we're glad that it happened to Hulk Hogan because he was the worst member of the New World Order. Thank you. Love, Anonymous. Wow, give it up for Anonymous, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that's great. I like to answer questions as much as the next person on the chat on my own podcast, but it's good to have a guest stop by every once in a while, even if you do it anonymously. If you feel like, Jay, I love your podcast, I love your format, but you know what I also love? My job, my friends, my sanity. I can't be seen hanging out with you in public. Use a fake name, put on a mask, put on some kind of personality. Even don't even go as you, just like I'm acting. Put on some kind of thing, and you too could be on the next episode. Perhaps on the next episode, we'll do a special episode. Be new, bud or gal, bestie. What kind of nickname you want? It's hard to breathe in the mask. Anonymous told me. What wasn't me, by the way. That wasn't me. So I wouldn't know personally firsthand. I know secondhand. I really want to do a Macho impression though. Can we? Oh yeah, let me tell you something. Anonymous coming by and in the chat. Kind of just mumble ras. It's very much. One of these days, I'm gonna practice my mantras again because I used to when I was a youth. And can Lynn answer her own question? That would be yes, very, very interesting. Oh yeah, that time's off by 2 minutes. What's the facial expression? I don't know if I could do one. I'd have to see myself. Got 4 minutes. I don't want to drop the stream. What's the facial expression? In this face, all teeth, right? That's attractive. Like when you do like the lower drip thing, it shows a possible mate that you have piranha DNA, and you're there's many fish in the sea, so that shows a possible mate that you're ready to get fishy. It's very attractive. I was told recently that selfies were all sexualized on LinkedIn, so maybe I was thinking more teeth. Next few, bottom teeth. Yeah, I was originally thinking trying to recreate the It one. I was told by my producer Bradley that I did a terrible job when I was trying to be It the other day. But maybe we did it right. I feel that if I'm making this bigger, you guys can't see me well, or I can't see me well. I can't click on it, so I got to make this one go. Oh, Jay, why are you making so many things difficult for Jay? In a perfect world, I would just be monetized and I would work for somebody, but they would just give me money to do this. Like, if anyone wants to sponsor this, like, I can make commercials. If you have a product that you just want to give me money, Bradley money too, to just into Zelle, PayPal. I had to GoFundMe for a period of time. I'm not that expire. I actually did not push it and have people try to donate. But I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I can, I do have a voice. I'm entertaining. Maybe if people pay me money to read the things that they write and we'd just be like, and now a product said for the chat, and we'd do a little joke about it, and they know the sense of humor. Sometimes I'm trying personally not to swear so much on the internet, so hopefully when my co-host slash producers on, we together play off each other, and then I think sometimes those questions that he asks have some of the swear words in it. But I'm trying to facial expressions. I show teeth, but I'm trying not to show swears. We'll draw a question now. Running out of time. What are you doing on the next episode with Jay Bossert? Once again, there should be a guest host of sorts. Unfortunately, as of late, my work schedule has been opened up, let's say, through unfortunate circumstances. So I am dreadfully available a lot of times during the week now. Friday night into Saturdays, not so much in this forthcoming week. But if you find yourself some time during this week to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I want to try to find out about the podcast. I want to get in on this. We don't even have to do a question one. If you want to do a sit down, a formal chat, or an interview, I can do that too. I might have be running out of my StreamYard free things going on over there, but I still my OBS studios and just LinkedIn's free. So if you just want to have a chat, like a coffee chat on LinkedIn, like normal people, you can be on the next episode with Jay Bossert, and we'll just call it a special episode where like no questions, like live questions only, or make it more normal. Make it yours. Take it away from me. I don't deserve any of this. It's for you guys. So it's what are you doing? It's not about me. You is capital. Look at that. You is capital. What are you doing? What are you doing? Jay, look, my proper name, not proper capital. See? Lower J, lower B. JB? It's on here. JB. You. What are you doing? Without you guys, it's not a podcast. It's some dude with a camera who watches back his own jokes an hour or two later and giggles like a little schoolgirl because I am funny. I forget what I say too. That's the thing about living in the moment, or maybe having some like ADHD tendencies. I do speak or riff or do improv in the moment. So I don't know a lot of time. I don't have things planned. So I'll say whatever. And then if I watch it back, I don't know what I said. I said it in the moment. And I find me funny. Like objectively. I'm going to keep saying objectively. Objectively. Bradley, how many times did I say objectively, counting that one? The whole episode. Did I say it before? You're going to have to watch the whole thing back now? Be like, how many left are in the chamber? The first 51 minutes, did I say that word that I just said a lot now? Are you feeling lucky, punk? Or are you? Torture that poor man. I don't deserve to be a host of anything. I just it's tomfoolery. That's what that is. Deserve to be the host. It should be on the next episode with, oh yeah, and also Jay, like with some dots in between. And my name should be all lower. If it can make it lower case than that, I would agree. If we can make like a smaller font with my name, maybe spell it wrong. There was a joke, I think, in middle school, or I think it was elementary school. One of my friends in grade school realized Jay could almost be kind of like gay with a G, and Bossert. Well, that's almost like bastard. So that's what they realized. It's a cool name. Very nice. Draw a question. Should we fire Bradley? Oh no, it's coming to it. Might have to vote. Bradley's doing such a great job on the next episode with Jay Bossert. He didn't make that, but he made this. All this stuff. It's like this is definitely a layer of irony, but in actually the most proper sense of using something to the antithesis, the opposite side of its normal intentions. So Bradley here was using his machine, the thing that he made, the program that took him 10, 15, 20 minutes. We don't know how long, a long time to get the questions to come up on screen. And what did we use the technology for? To fire Bradley so we can't have him anymore. Isn't that what happens with tech? Happens all the time. These tech startup guys, these people, these big brain, like, we're going to think of the technology so great. It's going to enhance society. And they just enhance their paycheck out the door, dude. It happens all the time. Should we fire Bradley? I'm going to wait. I think eventually, yeah, we're going to fire him for the bit. I've said that since before episode 1. I'll hire you, dude. Like, you'll be like, I hope we get money. I hope we get paid. And I hope we get bajillions of dollars. And I'll fire you publicly and tug on the heartstrings. I want to make sure every single person in the chat knows watching live, dead, whenever, that like this wouldn't be possible at this level caliber. It would not be as awesome without Bradley. It would not be as good. We need him here. We need him. We should not fire him. And then when you love him the most and you feel like they become like best friends, like we should like get married to different females. I don't want to marry Brad. Sorry. I don't want to like, we get married on the same day. Like we have like a joint honeymoon. We're on a boat somewhere. And like on the podcast on the honeymoon, like I fire him in front of his new wife or something. Something that really makes everyone cry is what we should do. I'm not a good person. See, I should not be in charge. Next question. Sorry, Bradley. She's right. She seemed nice. Whoever your future wife is, by the way, on the boat, she's a nice gal. No harm intended, miss. Can anybody ever really be 100% fully lost? No, I think mathematically speaking, you could only be 50% lost because then after that, you're going in a straight line to being found. So it's more like a circle. There's only 360 degrees. So you're going to be lost in the woods halfway. And if you keep going straight in the line, then eventually you're getting towards salvation. So you're getting found is the other half of it. So you can't be 100% lost at all. Only 50. Easy question. Does this pillow dash mirror fit over my face so I could scream? Yeah. I screamed like Pee-wee. The pillow smell. I washed my clothes. Didn't wash the pillowcases. Rookie move. Staying at the guest house in the basement. Not a house. It's part of the house, not a guest house. Guest house makes me sound like we have money. That's cute. That's adorable. This episode is brought to you by my parents because silver spoon in my mouth. Yeah, it's cool. Is this the last? No, okay. That's not a real question. Time out. That is the last, not a question. Will it let me do it, or will the internet get mad? The internet will definitely get mad. I've noticed that a lot on the stream. If I ask that question and try to do something, the internet will, without fail, let me know that was a terrible idea and I shouldn't have done it. Shout out to Joe Austin, my friend from high school that I hung out with a lot in a couple of years after. I used to record a lot more music before one of my computers crashed. I think it caused some PTSD about it. I had a lot of music recorded. And I remember there was one song we were working on, and I would record music in one part of the room, and I had my friends hanging out in the other part. We'd all do different things, like play video games or just hang out, chill or whatever. So sometimes I would be recording. I would be singing or playing guitar, like while company would be over. It wouldn't be rude. It'd be fun. It'd be like, cool for the fun or whatever. It's, yeah, parallel play or whatever the kids call it, or body doubling as the autistics call it in older life, whatever. We're doing that. And I remember saying on the recording, like, something about treble, like, should we put more treble? Should there be more treble or something like that? Not an official question. Time out, by the way, because that's an old question from like 20 years ago. And then I turned up the treble in the microphone, and there was treble instead of treble, and it squeaked like that, but louder and not my mouth. And it was a loud trebly squeak. And I remember, shouldn't have done it. And you can hear this dude Joe from across the room cracking up laughing at my shouldn't have done it. And I kept that in the recording. And I forgot what song name that was for, but it was like the outro for it. Like it was one of those really good music. If anyone currently has seen me now and has some of my old CDs back when I used to burn those things and hand them out of my old band, The Distorted Keys, it's still my current band. But back when it was still the same band. One last question. And if we're running over a minute late, I am sorry. We'll try to get to the end of it. Who did I back up? Well, I'll back up Joe. He's probably a better musician than I, even though I haven't spoken to him in years. Hopefully he's doing well, and hopefully he's creating music to back up. And Bradley Bates, we should go on a tour with our new wives in the daydream that I'm happening now. I heard this dude rap the other day, and I would love to back that up. Bradley, there was I can't remember the name of it. I don't want to ask you the question, but you had your rap name, Bradley Bizzle or Bradley Weasel or something of those kind of lines. And Big Beautiful Women, BBW was the name of the song. I think it's safe for work. I think you could play that. I'm a karaoke jockey. I could play it at my work. Maybe not every work one should play that song, but my dude can rap. Slightly not as enthusiastic as I want. I just want to say I could feel the vibe at the time was very kind of, we're gonna pay attention to what we're saying. Words, you are not spitting, we're not spraying. Kind of like very like in the moment. He's rhyming on timing, but like I want him to like hammer home the points that he was given to that song. Maybe we'll have to do a remix or a remaster and maybe some special guest verse or search that I'll do on that. Told him I'll back him up. Back up that idea. So thank you, everyone, for playing internet with me. Edit screen layout. I'm gonna hit buttons, and it's gonna make the things go bye bye. Go bye bye. No. All right. Well, I'm gonna figure out how to do that better. Every episode I'm gonna get better and better at it. Let's see if there's anything prevalent really quick before we say goodbye. I'll try to refresh that real quick and say if there's any prevalent information that was supposed to be happening during the chat. I can't ask it as Bradley put it in the chat. Oh snap. Yo, I'm for real though. That it was a Paralyzed song. So my man, so just real quick, I just want to say it on stream for those who are hearing me and can't really read that much. So Bradley was going through some stuff, couldn't use like half of his body for a little bit, had to relearn a lot of basic mobility functions and whatnot. I don't want to be mean to him and saying that he wasn't articulating appropriately while being paralyzed. That's not nice, Jay. That's messed up. But I want to be able to do a re-record because I feel like just to put slightly more oomph in it was all that it was missing. And like, dude, like if you're able to do that in that kind of state, conquer the world. That's why you're my producer. And that's why I'm some scumbag just trying my best on the internet to hold this down. And the joke's on him. Bradley don't even have a girlfriend yet, but he has a wife on a boat, and it's just me and him talking. So thank you, everyone, for being here on the next episode with Jay Bossert. And it sounds like next episode we have a lot of Lynn questions to get to. I'm going to hopefully figure out what button to push, which is the end stream button. Catch you in the next time. And in the meantime, stay frosty.